Hey guys, Teresa Harding here. This is week 1, day 4 of our 30-day challenge. I'm excited to welcome you back today. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is you are going to learn how to invite people to the classes because you've been sampling the essential oils, and now 2 days later you're going to be following up with them. If they've had a good experience that fast, that is when you invite them. Do not chicken out. So I need you to go watch that video. It's going to teach you exactly how to do that, and make sure that you invite them. As soon as they have a good experience and they've shared that with you, be prepared with that wording so you know exactly what to say, okay? Now, this is the time when your fears, your limiting beliefs, all of that stuff is going to start coming up for you. It's going to come up for you this week and next week because you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. So be ready for that. Just know this is normal. These fears, these thoughts, these attitudes about whether or not I can be successful, all of those are going to come up. Be ready for it. It's just normal. That's just part of the challenge, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something that separates the people who are successful from the people who aren't. There is only one thing that makes all the difference for people. And I'll tell you what that is. And that is because it has nothing to do with your skill level. It has nothing to do with your knowledge, your capability, how hot you are, how skinny you are, how much money you have. It doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. The number one thing that will determine those of you who are successful and those of you who are not is your level of belief. The people who have strong belief and know that this will work and that they can do it are the people who will be successful. And that seems too simple. I know that. But I'll tell you what happens. The people who have that kind of belief, they're the ones who will not quit. So it doesn't matter if you're good at it yet. If you don't quit, you're going to get good at it. So just remember, and again, if you need to, go review the Belief Week. Review those videos every day if you have to. Okay? I'll tell you what, when I am on training panels, I'm on training panels all the time, all over the world. It doesn't matter if I'm in Australia with the Australian leaders, if I'm in Taiwan with the Asian leaders, in America with the American leaders, it doesn't matter. Europe with the European leaders. Every single time when I'm on a panel, they've usually done one of two things. They've either got questions ready ahead of time for us, or they have people in the audience fill out something that they have a question that they'd like to ask. And then they go through the questions and they ask the ones that keep coming up over and over again. So they ask everybody on the panel. We might have 6 to 10 or 12 people on the panel of some of the top leaders in the company. And they will ask all these questions. And almost inevitably, we will end up with this question. And it might be phrased in different ways, but basically the question is, if you could tell people one thing after everything you've learned, what would it be? One thing, one piece of advice. And they go down the line and they let each of us answer the question. And I will tell you what, everybody words it in their own way. Everybody describes it in their own way. But ultimately, the answers are almost always, to a person, don't quit. Don't give up. Don't stop. Believe that this will work and just keep going. Always, always. That's the number one thing. So I want you to think about that and realize you just don't stop. Just don't stop. That's it. Have you ever seen people walk across the stage and you're going, oh, if they did it, I can do it. Some of you, though, don't have enough belief in yourself that you're thinking, of course they could do it because look at them. Okay? But I just want you to have belief in the process. Now, you are in this 30-day challenge. We're in this together. I'm going to help you get through it. So I don't care how stupid you feel. I don't care how horrible you do. I don't care what mistakes you make. I do not want you to stop. I do not want you to quit. I want you to stay in this with me. I want you to get over it. 30 days, you guys. That's all I'm asking, and you can do this. The only thing I need from you is I need 2 things. I need you to do the action items every day, and I need you to not quit. That's it. If you will do those things, your life will change by the end of 30 days, and it will be the beginning of a future that you never would have had before. I know that is true. Okay, so a lot of times we're talking to 2 different types of people. Some of you are the people, maybe you're the person who is good at so many things and you know that you can be successful. It's really easy for people like that to find excuses as to pretending that they don't have any limiting beliefs. I do that. I do that sometimes. I've had enough success, I've had enough experience that I think I don't have any limiting beliefs. And then if I really pay attention though, things start to come up and I start to realize, oh, I'm kind of putting that off. If you're putting something off, it's because you have limiting beliefs. That's the real reason. Limiting beliefs about whether or not you have enough time to do it all, limiting beliefs about whether you can actually do it and do it well, or whatever it is. You have limiting beliefs. So stop pretending like you don't have limiting beliefs. Or maybe you're on the other side of the spectrum and you feel like you've never been successful at anything. You're never good at anything that you try and you always fail. And so you feel like for you to even think that this is possible is so beyond the realm of what you normally think like. I don't care what end of the spectrum you're on. You could be on either side of that spectrum, but this is the deal. It doesn't matter. Just hang in there with me. All you have to do is the 30 days. And do you know why I created this 30-day challenge? I created it because I realized that if I can get you to do 30 days of what I am having you do, specifically what I have you do in this 30-day challenge, then if you're really doing it, then that's all you need to build your business. You will be able to be successful. And I'm not talking about putting stickers on your bottles. I'm not talking about getting all excited about who you want to talk to or who you could talk to, the people that you could help, not reviewing what you're going to do. But you actually do the action items, complete those items. It's going to change the game for you. And not only will it change the game for you, it will change the game for all the people that you want to influence, all the people that you can change the game for them, that you can help them in their life. So finish this challenge with me, and I promise you will be different at the end of this. Now, I want you to realize something. I'm going to share a story with you about comedians. I heard this from some trainings that I went through from Russell Brunson. And it was really powerful to me. And I know he learned this from someone else. We all learn this kind of stuff from each other. But he talks about comedians. And I want to talk about this because, you see a great comedian. If you go see their performance and they're famous and they're amazing, you go see their performance and they're hilarious. And you just think, oh my goodness, how do they do that? They just one thing after another. It doesn't even matter if something comes out of the blue that wasn't expected. They'll use that within their performance and they just make it awesome. And you're laughing and having a great time. Well, guess what? Is that how they started? No. The very first time, they probably did some gig at some dive bar where they're trying to get people to laugh. This is a dream that they have. And most of their jokes kind of fall flat. Some of them are okay. And then one or two of them really hit the mark. Or really awesome and really get the crowd laughing or everybody's eyes light up, okay? So then what happens is the next time they perform, they keep the one or two jokes that really worked, and then they tweak the other ones or change it up or add some new ones, and then they get another one that really kills it. And then little by little, each time they do it, they get more and more jokes and better and better. And sometimes they go 3 times without finding something new that worked. They're trying different things. But pretty soon they get to a point where their whole presentation, their whole, their whole performance is hilarious and funny. And everybody loves them. They're going, and what happens is people think, oh, they're just good at it. They're just good at it. No, they're not just good at it. Yeah, they might have a natural ability. I don't care if you start with a natural ability or not. What happens is little by little as you practice, as you're doing these samples, every day you're sampling 5 people. You can't tell me that you haven't already noticed that you're getting better at talking to people. You've done 5 and 5 and 5. You're connecting with people. Guess what's happening? You're starting to notice a difference. Do not stop. Keep doing it. Through this week, through next week, you're going to keep noticing some big differences. I want to end by sharing this, a story of someone with you. Her name is Sara Blakely. Sara Blakely has become known as the youngest female self-made billionaire. And you guys, billionaire, okay? I'm talking with a B as in boy, okay? She's a self-made billionaire. She is amazing. Now, you guys, think about how much is $1 billion. $1 million is a ton. How many of you wish you had $1 million? $1 million is 6 zeros, you guys. $1 billion, 9 zeros. This is a lot of money. She created something hugely successful. She's actually the owner of the hosiery and apparel company called Spanx, S-P-A-N-X. Now, most of you who are women will know what that is, because what Spanx is they have a lot of cute stuff, but they have some garments that you put around your waist or you put around that you wear around your your rear end to hold it in, squeeze it in, hold it tight, and it doesn't show on the outside of your clothes. So it kind of tightens you up, makes you look really awesome, okay? So a lot of girls love Spanx. Well, she's a billionaire, self-made billionaire. And let me tell you what she says. This is the difference between people who are not successful and the people who are. She says, you know how most kids, they come home from school and they sit down for dinner as a family or whatever. And she said most of them, the kinds of questions that they hear are things like, so what did you learn at school today? Or what was the best part of your day? That kind of thing. She said, not my dad. At our family dinner table, my dad used to ask my brother and me, that he would say, so what did you fail at today? What did you fail at this week? And she says, I can remember coming home from school and saying, oh, I tried out for this thing and I was horrible. And he'd say, way to go. And he'd give her a high five. He'd be so proud of her and so excited that she tried something new that she wasn't good at. And so she said, if I didn't have something that I failed at that week, he was actually disappointed. He'd be disappointed in them if they didn't have something they failed at. Because guess what that tells him? It's just what I told you yesterday. What that means is you're not going outside your comfort zone. You're not trying anything new to enlarge yourself. So what she says is, she said this allowed her to see a value in failing. That failing is actually really valuable. She said her dad always encouraged her to fail. And she says that because of this, she said he gave me the gift of retraining my thinking about failure. She says failure became about not trying instead of the outcome. Now I'm going to repeat that because that is powerful. I want you to listen and think through this. She says failure is about not trying instead of the outcome. So as you're sampling people, I don't want you caring about the result. I don't want you worrying about if their response to you is bad, or if they act like you are dumb for doing this, or they act like you're bothering them or whatever. If they act like that helps you know, oh my goodness, okay, now I get what I need to do better or differently the next time. Okay? So I want you to be thinking about that. And what I want you to be trying to focus on is, I want you to focus on what you do, the failure, as you are talking to them. Think about how that is your greatest asset. If nothing ever goes wrong, you sit around and you don't learn anything. When you fail, it helps you realize what you need to change, what you need to do better. Okay? So the other thing I want you to know about Sarah is she had never taken a business class. She had absolutely zero experience in fashion retail industry. None. And yet she created this huge income and empire, basically. Okay, so the theme through this challenge from now on, from today until the rest of the challenge, is going to be, what did you fail at today? What did you fail at today? Because if you're not failing at something every day, then that's disappointing. That is disappointing. And I want you to retrain your brain to think that you're excited looking for the failures that you created each day. And the response that I want you to give each other on the community that we're doing, I want your responses to each other to be, way to go, high five. So we'll give a virtual high five to everybody who posts the things that they failed at. Now, this is not whining, complaining, woe is me, I'm bad at this. This is, dude, I talked to somebody and they shut me down. Okay, way to go, high five. Because that tells me that you're actually getting outside of your comfort zone. So make sure that you join Curtis for his video. He's going to talk about some of these things today. He's also going to expound on them. Today, Tyler has another video for you to walk you through the process of keeping organized as you're sampling these people and you're needing to follow up with them. And he's going to help you stay organized. And then I want you to stay in this with me. You guys, I'm only asking for 30 days. I'm not asking for much. And you committed to this, don't give up on yourself. 30 days of getting outside your comfort zone is worth the results you are going to see.